stands out to you? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? I can hear you. Okay. Anyone else? Ideas? Throw them out there. Sure. Yeah. That's not okay. So you're missing page 10. Page 10 is really cool because I have with me. But basically, what they do right now is we're going like our focus is on the right hand, right? So it's all about bowing. And the challenge for young players is knowing how to line up that bow with the strings. So a lot of times, a lot of method books, like the Essential Elements book, what they do is they say this is a D, this is a G, this is an A, and this is where it is on the staff, and you have to find it for yourself on the instrument. What they do with this book is they actually coordinate with colors. So you have red, blue, yellow, and green, and that is assigned to each string. And basically what happens is when you get to the music, in page 11, you can't see it because it's black and white. Or is it page 12? Somewhere along those lines. Oh, you can see her, kind of. So basically, you can see that each string is color coordinated. You can't see it because it's black and white, but it's color coordinated. Plus, you have a diagram where they show the angle. So they show you that, you know what, your bow isn't the only thing that's moving, your arm needs to move as well.
So the arm will be yellow for, say, G. And so on that page, it'll actually, the arm position you want will be in yellow. Everything's consistent in that sense. And it's nice to have colors associated with it, rather than, oh, it's this angle and that. However, as great as this is, we were talking about, if you're looking at it, it's not exactly clear, everything's superimposed. And there's definitely better ways to do it. But, it's a cool idea, and it does have its benefits.
So the visual aspect of this book we find lacking in that, yes, you do have illustrations, but what you do is you lack real people. It's published in '07, and you know, DVDs are out by now, we're not using VHSs, but all they have is a CD, an audio CD, and judging by the lack of human interaction within the book, we're thinking that maybe a good idea for a book, especially if you're looking as a non-string player, we're not always the best models, it might be good to have a DVD in the type of method book that you use with your students, because you can't fulfill that role, the DVD can help you out with that.
One really big shortcoming with the bow hold or anything like that is that it gives you, it's drawn first of all, but it'll only give you something from one perspective. The drawing's not clear, it's tiny, and then when you're looking at the position, for example, the bases, when it's telling you how to hold the bow, it doesn't show you any steps, it just shows you the finished product. It gives, you know, just directions, but doesn't actually show you anything. It's like, here you go, this is how it's supposed to work. So, there are good symbols. I couldn't tell you what page it's on. I haven't anymore, but when they're talking about retakes, great. So when they're talking about retakes, there's a little drawn-in symbol. In fact, and it's in the music itself, so you'll have a note here and you'll have a break, and it will actually give you a tiny little symbol, and you know, it's accurate and it's a good reminder, because when I was looking at the comma itself, I didn't know what to do, so that little reminder is really helpful.
Okay, so why don't we go look at page 12? Let's do two at a time. So it's number 31. Let's just give it a shot. It shouldn't be too challenging. Yep. Two at a time. Ready? Use open. Because it's an open. Because the idea is this is an open string exercise, so let's do open strings whenever. No. Ready? Spins up. 3. Okay, that's the whole thing, because that's basically the whole gist of it. So, you see, what we do a lot of open string work, but what's lacking, when you look at this page, you see, oh, well, we're doing open string C, we're doing open string D, and then we're going open string G, and then open string A, and then you go into the acrobatics of going D, A, D, A, but what, yeah, in 35, but I kind of feel that although they do a very good job of introducing, oh, this is how you can play on the D string, there's not a lot of interactions between the strings, except for that exercise on page 35. You look at page 13, yes, you do get a few jumping, a little bit of jumping, but it's very extreme. You don't get a lot of in that integration. And I think the downside of these method books is, look, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many pieces of repertoire do you know that lasts for 8 bars? You're not building that endurance, really. You're just putting them in, you're not really pushing your students very far. And that's been my rap with a lot of these method books.
Okay. I just like to talk while we're on page 13 and talk about progression of the bow. The pages that you have are basically every page that mentions bowing, and it's logical, which is really nice. Everything makes sense. However, they're not exactly in depth. So if you're looking at page 13 in bow placement, it has the bow links, and that they're using that to explain dynamics. So they have the piano lane, which is closer to the forte lane. However, they don't talk about the two ways where you're talking about speed of the bow or pressure, which is something that's fairly integral. I mean, it's not just the placement. That's only one part of it. So, in that sense, I also find it kind of lacking. There's not. It's very one-dimensional in that sense.
But you do get some detail in the teacher book that we can't show you. Essentially what you get is, at the beginning of each section, you get a skills, what do they call it? Kind of like a proposed lesson plan. It's like, this is the type of things that you can do, and at the end of that section, you get a skills checklist. So basically you get to review as a teacher, have my students been achieving these skills? Are they demonstrating these things consistently? And basically what I really got out of this is, this book is good for especially non-instrumentalists, non-string players, because what you get is you get a skeletal outline for your teacher, your lesson plan, and it's there that you can use your teacher skills, right, your musician skills, to build on the skeleton of string pedagogy that they already give you.
So talking about this, yeah, the teacher's manual is fantastic in the sense that it's very comprehensive and it's organized into 18 units. And each unit is divided into 4 parts. You have your review, your preparation, you have your focus, you have your skills, and then you have your assessment as well. And everything is like this. And what's great about it is that it even says that it's more of a guideline. So you have these 18 units, but you don't necessarily have to use them all in order. And the book itself isn't organized into 18 units, so therefore you can just jump around. That's really just for the teacher. It also has an appendix section, which has all these forms, like evaluation forms. You want to have a test on your playing skills, they will provide you with a form and a rubric. Musicianship, oral skills or something like that, they have it all provided for you. There's also administrative forms, so if you're looking to set up your library or classroom management, how you set up your classroom, it's all provided for you, so it's a really good way to start as a teacher. Now, I think the next page that's given to you is page 22. On the bio. Page 22 introduces extending the bow stroke. This is where they talk about the divisions of the whole bow, upper half, lower half, and whatnot. So it's that standard thing where you get just the diagram, and it has fairly logical examples in the sense that if you're looking at 68, it coincides with the rhythm as you expect. Half notes or half the bow, full notes or the whole bow, birds, something like that. So do you want to just try 68? Let's do on the D string. Down, what's another string that everybody has? A? Let's just do that.
Oh, sorry, I did the D exercise. I probably did the D exercise in that.
Okay. Anyways, so let's just try this. So, okay, give you a bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exercise to so you can. I really like that. And then, of course, then they start integrating it with dynamics, not too long after. So 71, for example. So you've got the lower half, and it's written in the whole book, but then you've got the piano. And only piano. 72, sorry, has a piano.
So you get to
introduces the legato as like soft and legato as slow. Yeah. So just in general, let's jump right in and look at number 80.
26.
On my eye. There's a lot of movement.
So 26 introduces the new bowing styles, and yeah, and then I think 38 will introduce détaché and accented bowing.
Yeah. Well, everybody has
So yeah, we've introduced new things, and it's we're starting with simpler ones. We're not starting with
violin,
détaché.
viola. Where does the cello
I think it's a good idea. It starts very simple. What's really great in this is that after talking about bow division, how many pages back?
So it says legato forte.
Page 28.
Let's
There's a
try
quiz.
to apply our knowledge
And
of bow length to that forte.
This you can do in class and whatnot, and it just kind of reinforces what's been done before. What's really great with this book is that it does have, it does revisit what you've done before. It's like a lesson. This is an icon system. I'm not sure. It's in the teacher's manual. Sir, it's the story of the day. You had an achievement section. Achievement section that looks like a little scroll. There's quizzes or pencil games, yellow star, information. So every so often they'll go back and revisit and involve the student.
Sure. So why don't we keep playing, or start playing? What pages do you have? Just curious.
26. 3 minutes.
Perfect. Fantastic. Let's go. Let's practice our bow division on page 38, and let's do the bow division study 1. I mean, this is bow division. Oh man. Okay, let's do Through the Valley.
Sure.
Can you see that, everyone? Through the Valley, number 125. It's in 4. All right. Is it on 1? Did it start on 1 or was it start on 3? What? Yeah. Yeah. Ready?
Stuart, hold on a second.
You just need close.
And so let's say same high and get a couple very small sections. And so something you want to play tunes, for example, high. Think of like the half note. So how do you play a half note? Hold it longer so you have to put the balance. And let's try to make a long note. Let's really compose it really slow and actually try to hold it as long as possible.
Okay.
Go. Ready, here we
I'll
go.
conduct.
3, 2, 1.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. So something like that, like they don't really talk much about it. So I just try to as one note, and once there are half notes, I can still and play and try not to use too much also. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Let's do it again. No, let's do it again.
You have 1 minute.
Let's work
Just
on.
join us.
Let's really focus on getting that bow division to be really consistent. Okay?
Okay.
So let's try it again.
Alright.
1, 2, 3, piano.
Okay, that was actually pretty good. I really know most of you had used those before. There's some other two things that are trying to make sure that
Okay, so let's look at that right there. Part 3, get that big crescendo. Crescendo, you really wanna emphasize that crescendo going into the 14th section. Let's try it again.
For example, you can ask them.
Piano, 3.
Same goes for
using looking at me. Good job. Good job. Very well done, Kirkland. So right here you can see. I don't honestly because we haven't don't have the score with us. I'm gonna stop using that excuse. But you see, there are crescendos, and the tendency, especially when you have these 4 note crescendos, especially on a string instrument, is the tendency to rush, right? And like all method books, to an extent, it will help you. To an extent, it is a tool, but there is no substitute for excellent musicianship, right? As musicians, we all know that crescendos will tend to rush, and decrescendos there's a tendency to drag. So once again, you can see how, although the structure and the detail is good, it's a good book, you still need to bring your own tools to the table. Thanks for putting up with us, guys. Yay! Yeah, I need a
other than that, like I want to get a bit more.
Just as a addition, the teacher's manual does tell the instructor how they